Have you ever felt subtle whispers in your heart, almost like an unspoken invitation, urging you towards something greater in your life? What if those gentle nudges weren't just your own thoughts, but actual messages from a realm beyond what you can see? Imagine what could happen if those very whispers held keys to uncharted possibilities, guiding you to tap into the hidden wisdom that exists all around us. If you're intrigued by this idea, take a moment to show some love with a like and consider joining our community of fellow seekers, because what we're about to explore might completely shift the way you see the world and your place in it. Take a deep breath and picture yourself walking through your daily routine. You might notice small details, like finding a feather in an unexpected place, or glancing at the clock right at 1:11, then again at 4:44. You might chalk these occurrences up to random chance or coincidence. But did you know that nearly 70% of people believe they've received signs from a higher power at some point in their lives? It's astonishing how common these experiences are, even though many of us dismiss them as mere happenstance. These signs can be seen as gentle nudges, divine winks from the universe, or more specifically from angelic forces, offering guidance, reassurance, and clues to our spiritual path. Before diving into deeper layers, let's set the stage by imagining the feeling of being lovingly supported at every twist and turn of your journey. Visualize a presence that gently directs you, a whisper reminding you that you're never truly alone. There's a sense of comfort and reassurance in knowing that behind the veil of everyday life, unseen hands might be at work, guiding and protecting you. These occurrences are often referred to as angel signs, meaningful coincidences, synchronicities, or symbolic encounters that catch your attention and spark an inner realization. But if you've been moving too fast or doubting your own intuition, you might be missing out on these precious spiritual messages. Sometimes it helps to anchor these ideas with a compelling personal story. Many years ago, I recall waking up in the dead of night with an unexplainable sense of calm. It was like someone had placed an invisible hand on my shoulder, silently telling me that everything was going to be all right. I felt compelled to check the time, and sure enough, it was 3:33 a.m. At first, I shrugged off the experience, but in the following weeks, I started noticing more of these triple number patterns on receipts, on license plates, on random digital displays. They appeared so frequently that ignoring them became impossible. It felt as though a gentle, persistent force was tugging at my awareness, hinting at something beyond the mundane. Eventually, that nudge led me to explore the concept of angelic communication, which opened my eyes to a vast, largely unseen tapestry of spiritual connections woven into daily life. Angel signs come in many forms. For some, they appear as a stray feather floating at your feet, just when you're wrestling with a difficult decision. For others, they manifest as repeated numbers: 111, 222, 333, 444, showing up day after day. Sometimes, a sudden burst of light or a peculiar orb in a photograph might pique your curiosity. Each of these messages carries an essence of comfort, urging you to take notice and ask deeper questions. What if you've already experienced one of these signs but brushed it off as imagination? Consider the possibility that a kind of sacred dialogue may be unfolding all around you, awaiting only your readiness to participate. The question then becomes, are you willing to open your heart and your mind to receive these signals? Belief in spiritual messengers isn't new or limited to a single culture. Across ages and around the world, people have shared stories of benevolent forces, often called guardian angels, watching over them. Religious texts, indigenous traditions, and modern spiritual teachings all point to the same core idea: we are never truly alone. Some references even describe personal protectors who guide our steps and shield us from harm. Yet, the specifics can vary widely, from winged beings in robes of light to ancestral spirits that bring comfort and wisdom in trying times. What remains consistent across these perspectives is the belief that there exists a loving presence, an ever-vigilant guide, accessible if we learn to recognize its subtle signs. If this resonates with you, you might begin by simply entertaining the question, what if I do have a guardian angel or angels looking after me? Pondering this opens a doorway to a profound sense of connection. In moments of stress or hardship, many people describe feeling an unshakable solace, as though something or someone was standing by their side, offering encouragement. Others speak of dream encounters where a shimmering figure delivers a crucial piece of advice, or appears at a critical turning point in life. From a psychological standpoint, thinkers like Carl Jung have posited that such guardian angel figures could represent archetypes, a deep reservoir of symbolic energy within our collective unconscious that evokes feelings of security and hope. But whether you view them as external beings or as manifestations of the psyche, the uplifting impact often feels the same: comfort, courage, and a sense that you're not walking your path alone. Understanding guardian angels also allows us to appreciate the broader landscape of spirituality. Life can sometimes feel like a battleground of forces, where uplifting energies and darker influences both play a role. Just as positive angelic signs might light our way forward, there may also be negative energies, or what some call demonic presences, that aim to mislead us or drain our vitality. While it might sound ominous, acknowledging the dual nature of these spiritual forces can be empowering because it sharpens our discernment. Have you ever walked into a room and felt an immediate heaviness or sensed a sudden shift in mood without any apparent reason? Such experiences might reflect subtle energetic changes in our environment. Recognizing these shifts isn't about giving in to fear. It's about cultivating awareness. If you've ever felt a change in energy around you, an unexplained sense of anxiety, or the opposite, a wave of warmth and comfort, you may have already brushed shoulders with these invisible forces. By learning to spot both the gentle glow of angelic signs and the unsettling tinge of more negative energies, you become better equipped to protect your spirit. Techniques like daily meditation, heartfelt prayer, or even mindful breathing can help clear negative vibrations and create a kind of protective spiritual shield. Think of it like fortifying your home with good security and inviting benevolent guests while firmly closing the door to ill-intentioned visitors. Once you start seeing how these spiritual dynamics might be playing out in your life, the next question naturally becomes, how can you actively engage with and interpret the messages coming through? The first step is to pay attention. In a world of continuous distractions, truly noticing the small wonders around you can be life-changing. It may help to keep a sign journal. Anytime you catch sight of a repeating number sequence, stumble upon an unexpected token like a feather, or sense an extraordinary presence, jot it down. Over time, patterns can emerge, and these patterns might speak to you in a language of symbols, revealing insights about what you need or where you're headed. Acknowledging these signs isn't a passive process. It's part of a journey of self-discovery. In paying closer attention to the subtle hints around you, you begin to cultivate a more intuitive relationship with the world. The beauty of a sign journal lies in how it sparks reflection. You might notice that feathers appear more often when you're on the verge of a big decision, or that certain number patterns show up whenever you're feeling emotionally vulnerable and need reassurance. This process can lead to profound spiritual growth as you start to see connections you might have dismissed before. It's as though the universe or your angels is having a playful conversation with you, sending coded messages that confirm you're on the right track, or gently pointing you toward a better path. To further strengthen this bond, consider trying a guided reflection exercise. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and visualize a soft, glowing light forming around your heart. This light represents your willingness to receive and understand angelic guidance. Inhale deeply And as you exhale, imagine this luminescent energy expanding outward in gentle waves. Ask yourself, which message is waiting for me right now? Or what do I need to see or understand in this moment? Then simply listen. Notice any imagery, words, or subtle impressions that bubble up. Sometimes it might be a single word that resonates. Other times you might sense a vivid scene. If you feel inspired, pick up a pen and let your intuition guide you in writing or drawing what you experienced. This intuitive art or free-form journaling can create a tangible record of the messages that come through. Over time, repeating themes often appear, offering guidance that can be astonishingly relevant to your present challenges or future decisions. All of these steps aim to deepen your connection with angelic presences and the universe at large. Yet it's important to remember that this journey goes hand in hand with practical self-care. Living in alignment with your spiritual insights can transform the way you handle stress, choose relationships, or make big decisions. Integrating mindful routines like daily gratitude, grounding exercises, or gentle breath work creates a stable foundation, ensuring that you're open to receiving higher guidance without becoming overwhelmed. Imagine the difference between racing through life with blinkers on versus moving intentionally, aware that each moment might hold a meaningful sign. The second approach not only opens you to spiritual wonders, but also enriches your everyday experiences. At some point, you might wonder if all this talk about angel signs and guardian forces is really as influential as it sounds. Consider this: even if you view these ideas through a purely psychological lens, believing in the supportive presence of something greater often has a calming effect on the mind. This sense of being watched over, whether by actual angels or by the comforting archetypes in your unconscious, can reduce stress, promote optimism, and help you cultivate resilience. In short, acknowledging the possibility of angelic guidance can be downright therapeutic, offering a framework for hope and positivity, especially during times of uncertainty. What if, right now, just beyond your awareness, there are vital messages waiting to be discovered? That question alone can reshape your approach to each day. It urges you to become curious, to pay attention, and to open yourself to new perspective. When the universe places a hint in your path, a recurring symbol, a song that answers the question you were silently asking, or a dream that leaves you with an unshakable feeling, see it as an invitation. In that moment, you stand at the threshold between the mundane and the mystical, with the power to choose whether to step forward. Sometimes, the simple act of noticing can spark a chain reaction, leading you to meet the right person at the right time, or discover the perfect resource for whatever you're dealing with. As we traverse this tapestry of angelic signs, guardian energies, and personal empowerment, it's enlightening to consider how everything interconnects. Angel signs remind us that higher guidance is accessible to anyone willing to look. Guardian angels offer comfort and stability, bridging the gap between the visible and the invisible. Negative influences teach us the value of discernment and the importance of spiritual self-care, lest we inadvertently absorb energies that weigh us down. Through journaling, meditation, and reflective practices, we take an active role in this cosmic conversation, learning to interpret and respond to the messages we receive. None of these ideas exist in isolation. They form a cohesive mosaic of spiritual exploration, one that continues to expand as you delve deeper into your own experiences. Paying attention to signs often leads to a heightened awareness of synchronicities in other areas of life, such as career, relationships, and personal growth. Over time, it becomes more natural to follow the subtle currents that guide you toward fulfilling outcomes. It's as if the invisible realm and the tangible world mesh together, working in harmony to help you realize your best, most purposeful life. By trusting that you are indeed supported by angels, by the universe, by the loving intelligence that underpins reality, your confidence grows, and with that confidence comes a sense of joyful expectancy. You begin to anticipate that miraculous events and revelations can happen at any moment. What about you? Have you seen a pattern emerge around you? A repeated number, a mysterious symbol, or a dream that felt vividly significant? Maybe you've even encountered a near-miss situation where somehow you were shielded from harm at the last second, leading you to wonder if a guardian angel intervened. Feel free to share your story, because when we talk openly about these experiences, we discover just how interconnected we all are. Each personal account becomes part of a larger tapestry, proof that these mysteries aren't confined to a select few. They're woven into the very fabric of human experience, waiting for anyone who's ready to listen. As you reflect on everything we've explored, the nature of angelic signs, the comfort of guardian angels, the impact of negative energies, and the practice of consciously engaging with these forces, one question lingers: what messages are waiting for? What messages are waiting for you in your life, just beyond your awareness? By merely posing that question, you open a space in your mind for new answers to arrive. Perhaps you'll notice a small white feather on your windowsill tomorrow, or you'll glance at your phone at exactly 2:22 at a pivotal moment. Such events could mean nothing at all, or they could be the shockingly simple ways the universe says, "Yes, I'm here. Keep going." If you've made it this far, your curiosity must be aflame. This is a perfect time to join the conversation. Scroll down and let us know. Have you ever received a sign you believe was angelic? How did you respond? And what impact did it have on your life? When we gather and share these stories, we create a supportive space for those seeking to interpret their own experiences. We nurture a collective curiosity that encourages deeper exploration of spiritual truths. And if you're feeling that spark, remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you become part of a vibrant community, committed to unveiling the layers of wisdom that lie just beneath the surface of our everyday reality. As we near the close of our time together, take a moment to revisit the central themes we've covered: the significance of angel signs in guiding our path, the comforting role of guardian angels across cultures and belief systems, and the awareness of both uplifting and negative energies in our environment. We've talked about practical tools like keeping a journal, engaging in reflection exercises, and cultivating mindful habits that can help you recognize and embrace these messages. Through all of this, the call remains the same: to open your mind and heart to the possibility that life is not merely a series of random occurrences, but a carefully orchestrated dance of meaning and connection. There's a strong chance that once you start paying attention, you'll find more signs appearing in your life, or perhaps you'll look back and realize they've been there all along, gently guiding you in ways you never noticed. The next time you feel those subtle whispers, try pausing for a moment and tuning in. Ask, is this something more than a thought or feeling? Is there a message here for me? Let your intuition answer, without judgment or rush. You may be surprised by how often the simplest sign carries a profound truth, especially when you're open to receiving it. Before we finish, consider this a warm invitation to explore more of our videos. If you're hungry for deeper spiritual insights, yearning for techniques to recognize everyday miracles, or curious about how prophecy and psychology intersect, you'll find plenty of thoughtful content that delves further into these realms. Engaging with angelic signs is just one portal to the mystical side of life. There are myriad ways to connect with the universe's messages: through dream interpretation, energy work, or conversations with experts who bridge the gap between science and spirituality. By expanding your exploration, you continue growing as a seeker, fueling your personal transformation in tangible ways. Thank you for joining me on this sacred journey. May you go forward with fresh eyes, ready to notice the messages that once slipped by unnoticed. Above all, remember that you are not alone on your path. A vast network of loving energies, be they angels, guides, or the kindness of the cosmos itself, stands at your side, encouraging you, comforting you, and gently showing you the way. Let this knowledge settle in your heart as you navigate life's twists and turns. And if ever you feel uncertain or lost, recall this moment, this conversation, and remind yourself, the signs are out there, waiting for you to see them. May you discover the angelic forces guiding your path today, tomorrow, and always. And until we meet again, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep your spirit open to the wondrous possibilities that lie just beyond the horizon. Safe travels and blessings on your continued quest for hidden wisdom.